Hello and welcome back to Graf Woodshop. My name is Josh Graff and we've got a busy day planned today. What I'm planning on doing today is making 25 of these step stools right here. I'm going to be batching these out and making a lot of them today. I sell these quite a bit on different sites such as Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, Mercari, eBay, a little bit of everywhere. Don't get a ton of sales in any of one of those places, but between all of them they do add up quite a bit. And so I'm needing to have a bunch of these on stock, on hand, so that I'm not having to stop and make them all the time. So my plan is today to get 25 of these made up. I'm not going to go and finish them all today, but just finished quite a few of them because I don't want them to all get kind of messed up and dinged up too much in storage. So making 25 today, only going to finish a handful of them that are going to be selling pretty quickly, but getting everything done today. So the reason that I'm doing this all at once is for a couple of reasons. Number one, I can save a little bit on materials by better optimizing all of my cuts. And to do that, I use Cut List Optimizer. I've got my cut list today ready to go. That's going to save me a lot of time and save me a little bit of material as well. If you want to know how to use Cut List Optimizer, I will leave a link down in the description below, and you can go check out a video I have on that. Also, if you are interested in how to make one of these step stools, I'll leave a link to that video as well. Today is more going to be about the process of batching these out, some things I do to be more efficient, and how to save time and money by batching out your projects. So, a lot to do. It's already 9 a.m. right now, getting a little bit late start, but let's go. Let's get after it.
So the first thing I'm doing is I'm taking my miter saw and I'm getting my stop block set so that I can start getting everything cut down to size. Now, one thing I forgot about before I started this project was I really need to upgrade this miter saw. I'm having to flip each of these boards over and cut through the other side, but on this time lapse it looks like it's going really fast, but this really took about twice as long as it should have in reality. One thing to note is my stop block did get moved there a little bit at the beginning, so I had to recut these few pieces a second time. So after this, I did a lot of double checking as I was going through here. When you're making the same cut 25, 50 times, it's a good idea just to check every once in a while, make sure your stop block didn't move on you just a little bit. So just something to keep in mind there. One nice thing about batching these all out and doing all your cuts at once is you're only going to have to clean up one time. So for making these 25 step stools, I'm only going to have to clean up one time instead of cleaning up 25 times like I would have if I was just making them one at a time. And that's where a big part of this time saving is coming into, is different things like that. Only having to set the stop block once for each of my different cuts, only having to clean up one time. It's really just keeping me in the same place, keeping me working, and just really making everything way more efficient. None of these things by themselves save a ton of time, but tons of little things like this just add up, save lots of time when you're batching out big projects like this. One thing that was very important to me throughout this project was I kept going back to my cut list and marking down whatever I had finished so that I didn't accidentally cut something twice. So keeping track of that on your cut list is a big help because it's really easy to forget what you've done and what you haven't done when you're working through a cut list. So keep that in mind, keep your pencil handy, keep it close by so you can mark everything. Next, I'm going over to the table saw and ripping each of the boards down for the thinner pieces of trim and also the X's on the back. Once again, I'm able to save time here by not having to readjust my fence for each of these cuts. It's already set at where it needs to be, and I'm not having to readjust it over and over like if I was doing these one at a time.
Okay, so I just got everything ripped down over the table saw that I needed to. Before I take them over to the miter saw, I am going to start drilling some pocket holes in the sides because I also want to go ahead and glue those up and get that glue drying. So that's where I'm going next. But before we do that, let's talk about the profits that I'm hoping to get today, and just kind of the financial ideas behind this. So I'm making 25 total step stools. Last night I went to Lowe's and I spent just under $400. That included all the lumber I needed for this project, as well as a paintbrush, some polyacrylic, some stain, and some pre-stain conditioner. Not sure if I've got enough polyacrylic, pre-stain conditioner, all that good stuff, but we'll figure that out later. I also got 2 extra 1x4s that I need for something else, but we'll just include all those. Now, I didn't get any sandpaper or screws or glue or anything like that, so just to be conservative, I'm going to round everything up, and we're going to say I spent $500. That's more than enough to cover any sandpaper, glue, screws that I'm going to be using today. So we'll say $500. Now, on the profit side of these, I sell these in different places, and after fees and shipping from different places, I end up with different profit depending on where I'm at. But on average, I usually end up around $55 of profit for each step stool. That is after fees, any ads or promoted listings, any shipping costs, and any shipping supplies as well I'm including in that. So I end up usually around $55 after everything is done and said. And for today's explanation, I'm just going to round that down to 50 just to be safe. We're going to keep rounding profit down today, expenses up as I'm doing these calculations. So $50, 25 step stools, that would be $1,250. Now if I subtract away the $500 that I've spent on supplies, lumber, glue, screws, all that good stuff, that leaves me with $750 in profit for all of this that I'm looking at. But how long is this going to actually take me? I don't know. I've got a huge pile of wood over here staring me in the face that I need to get back to working on. But instead I'm talking to you guys. I'm going to estimate that it's going to take me somewhere around 10 hours to do this. I'm about 2 hours in right now. 8 hours worth of work seems pretty reasonable to me. I'm also going to have some time for shipping each of these because you got to throw some bubble wrap in them, throw them in a box and all that good stuff. I'm going to add 4 extra hours for shipping, so that's about 10 minutes each, which is usually what it takes me. So that's 14 hours of labor. Let's just add an extra hour to be safe, and we'll say 15 hours. So if I take that $750, divide it by 15 hours, which I'm thinking is what this is going to be. I don't know. That's a lot of wood staring me in the face. That would come out to $50 an hour of potential profit that we're looking at today. Now, I haven't included things like electricity, shop costs, tools, all that great stuff. But what I have done is I've rounded my income down and my expenses up to hopefully take that into account here. Trying to keep things simple as far as those calculations go. And $50 an hour, that leaves me more than enough margin in there in case I'm not actually getting what these calculations say. Although I really think I'm going to end up with a little bit more. But anyways, I'm going to get the pocket hole jig out, start putting pocket holes in these, and going to town. So let's get after it. Okay, so it's about 9:30 and I'm done for the night. I'm tired. My son woke up at 5 something this morning, so I've been up a while. I did not get as much done today as I was hoping to. A few things kind of slowed me down. Number one, drilling pocket holes took way longer than I thought it was going to. I'll talk about that more in the morning once I've rested up and I thought through this a little bit more. Okay, so it's a couple days later. I just want to take a few seconds to talk about what all I got done, what I've got left, and the state of everything right now. So, a couple days ago when I was working on this, my goal was to get 25 all done, and I've got 25 all the way cut up, and I also have the sides attached together. Let me show you real quick what I'm talking about. Like this one right here, where I've got my pocket holes. I've also sanded these so that the joint is good, don't have to worry about glue bleeding through whenever I go to state it. So I got those done for all 25. I have 15 of them all put together, all assembled. They do need a little bit of sanding still to clean up some of the glue squeeze out before I stain them, but I have 15 of them all put together. The reason I didn't put all of them together first was some of them I'm going to take the base and paint it white before I actually put them together, because then I want to take the top tread and stain that a dark walnut. And I'm going to do those separately and then put them together. So, that's part of why I didn't put them together. Also, I just ran out of time. I got tired. One thing that took way longer than I thought it was going to was pocket holes. There's a ton of pocket holes on these. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. There's 18 pocket holes on each of these. So 18 times 25, you can do the math. Lots and lots of pocket holes. That ended up taking way longer than I thought. That's a big part of what delayed me on this, and it's taking way longer than I thought it was going to. Pocket holes. If you've got any suggestions for a good pocket hole jig around the $100 mark that you think is faster than the K4, let me know down in the comments below, and I might just check that out. Because the K4, while it's much faster than what I had before, I would still like to see some speed to help things go a lot quicker here, because that really did slow me down. So what is my plan moving forward? My plan moving forward is I want to finish all 15 of these. I'm going to do 10 of them in the gray that I usually typically do. I'm also going to take one and stain it, the whole thing, a dark walnut, so that I can take pictures of that and list that. And then the other 4 that I have put together, I'm just going to prep and leave alone. That way they are ready to go, whether I need to stain them a dark walnut or a gray, they'll be ready to go. The other 10 that I have not put together yet, I'm going to take one of those, get the base painted white, the top I'm going to stain a dark walnut, get pictures of that posted and listed so that it is ready to go, and I have that new listing up as well. The rest of those I'm just going to leave as is for a couple of reasons. One, they take up way less space when they are not assembled yet. So that's actually going to be a big saver on me and all that good stuff. Now the big question is, how much time do I have left? I don't know. Let's just say I've only done half of the work, which I really think I've done more than half of the work at this point. I got 15 assembled, 10 are partway there. I do have finishing left to do. Let's just say I got half the work left. That's going to be 20 hours of work. So if I take that $750 of potential profit that I talked about earlier, and I divide that by 20 hours, that is going to come out to $38 an hour, $37.50 an hour. So that's what we're looking at on this project if I'm only halfway done, which I think I'm farther than halfway done here. Also, I'm considering raising the price of these just a bit. I actually sold another gray one overnight, and I see the sales slowly picking up on them. That is something that's going to happen just as your listings get more traction on the different platforms there are. $37.50 an hour, that's not too bad, especially considering throughout this process I have rounded my potential income down and my expenses up, so I really think I'm going to be higher than that. I could be way off on the time also. Maybe you think it's going to take me another 30 hours to finish these. I don't, but anyways. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more stuff like this, where I'm taking through the process of batching things out, leave me a comment down below. If you think I am totally off in my calculations, leave me a comment down below, let me know. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.